Hey everybody, some Gadget Guy here with a really fun way to customize the look of your LG G4. This comes courtesy of my pals at Toast. They make these amazing wood, they're real wood skins. They completely wrap all around your favorite gadget, your phone, MacBook, iPad, smartphone, with really fine laser precision cutouts for all of the contours of your device, and then they can also etch in cool designs. And just to show you how well these skins hold up, this is my LG G3. I applied this skin a little less than a year ago. I think it was October of last year. And wood ages really well. It's gotten a little scratched up, it's gotten a little marked up, but really the only damage to the entire skin has been right by the USB port, where some of those fine, super fine laser etched contour edges got a little mashed up. But on the whole, the rest of the phone is looking really good. Toast has now released their kit for the G4. It comes in two pieces, so you can customize to your desire. It comes with a back plate and sides, and then a separate piece if you want to also customize the front of your phone. Now, just a word of warning, this kit is not designed for the leather backplate on the G4. Toast uses some really hardcore adhesives to make sure that your skin stays in place, and I think that would ultimately damage the leather finish here on this backplate. So this is really only designed for the plastic back, and if you caught my recent follow-up video on the G4, this is also kind of happy timing as I did scuff up the back of my plastic back a little, so it's time to hide that with a nice attractive wood finish. We get this front face piece. I'm gonna open up this side package here. You're gonna see there are a ton of little pieces that all make sure you've got a nice cover wrapped all the way around your phone. We've got top and bottom and side pieces, and of course the full wooden backplate where they've already lovingly inscribed my show name, Some Gadget Guy here. I've been a big fan of Toast as a company. They're a really quirky group of cats up in Portland, Oregon. Not only are all of their cases manufactured here in the United States, so those of us who are concerned about supporting local businesses, this is a local business, but they also power their facility using renewable energy. Now, if you followed any of my videos in the past when it comes to things like skins and screen protectors, I'm really terrible about applying these things. I have shaky hands and I'm not very good at lining up pieces. So I'm gonna kick this over into fast forward. You can see most of the assembly process, and then I'll click back out and we can take a look at the full assembly on our wood panel Woody G4. It's gonna be great. Okay, we're not quite done with the assembly, and I just wanted to click out of fast forward for just a second, is I kind of like the look of this all by itself right here. Having wood on the front and wood on the back, but with some of the shiny fake plastic chroming coming along the sides, I think that's already kind of a cool look. But we're gonna go ahead and finish the rest of the assembly, so I'm gonna click back into fast forward and we'll wrap up the sides and the top and the bottom. All right, and here is our wooden G4. Now the G4 is just a touch more angular than the G3 was, and so we end up with some slightly larger gaps. And ditto on that front face, there is just that little hint of chrome that's peeking out. It doesn't completely cover like the G3 used to. Just for comparison's sake, you can see how much more that rolls over on the G3, but the G3 required all of these super tiny laser cuts right here, which, like I showed you before down here at the bottom, are a little bit more easily damaged. So while I think the the G4 might end up being just a bit more of a lint trap. As you're pulling this in and out of your pocket, the subtle little edge, the little lip that's created right here, it's probably going to catch some extra pocket lint. I think this is also going to make it easier to remove this skin when you do want to remove it. Toast uses a really hardcore 3M adhesive on the back of this thing. So once it's settled for a bit, once it's in place, you're probably going to need to use some kind of heat, some like a hair dryer, to loosen up the adhesive before you peel it off. But this multi-piece solution also makes sure that we can still pop the back off. So we can remove this back plate here. It's really super easy. Everything stays nicely contained. You can pop it back on, and nothing gets in the way of the actual phone's operation. And walking around the skin, you can see we've got great cutouts for the laser focus assist, the dual LED flash, the entire camera, and volume rocker power button assembly. We can move down here. We can see a great cutout for the speaker. Nothing's blocking the audio output coming from this phone. So as you can see, I accidentally scooched the bottom of the case just a touch further than I probably should have. We're talking about a fraction of a millimeter here. There is just a little bit of an edge right here on this side, but I don't think anything's gonna block or interrupt the operation of the USB port, headset jack, or the microphone down here at the bottom. The top of the skin, we've got great cutouts for the IR blaster and the top-mounted microphone. And on the front face, we've got excellent clearance for the earpiece microphone, the ambient light sensor, proximity sensor, and the front-facing camera. Everything is looking clear and good. So while there's a little extra spacing and clearance on all of these individual pieces, the application on this went a lot easier than it did on the G3, which came before it. And that's not really on Toast. It was just that the G3 is a much more organically rounded wet stone shape, and the G4 is a little bit harder edged and a little bit more angular. But the great thing about wood pieces and wood skins, especially on this front face piece where we've got these tiny little strips that can be really difficult to work with. If you've ever tried to apply a more plasticky skin, those things start flopping around like crazy, but here we've got nice rigid wood pieces that lie in place very, very easily, and then you just kind of smush them down, stick them down, and then the adhesive sets after about a half hour, maybe an hour. But even from that initial application, this thing feels really solid, like it's gonna last for a while. The only issue you might run into is that this is a semi-permanent solution. You're not gonna peel this off and then reuse it. Pieces of this skin will likely shred as you pull it off of the phone. But the reason why that might be a concern for some folks out there, just this Toast skin does add just enough extra material on all sides, and it's a little bit more difficult to find cases that will fit over your Toast skin. But I think this is a really clean look. It's a very unique look. So lastly, before we wrap this up, I just wanna see how this is gonna look. We're gonna peel off this back plate, and I wanna replace it with the leather piece to see if this looks cool. I actually haven't tested this out yet. I'm doing this in real time, popping this on here. And so with wood edges and a leather back plate, I think that looks okay. I don't think that looks great. And so maybe for folks rocking the leather back plates on your G4s, maybe what I would recommend instead of getting the full kit would be just getting a front face. Like I said, I thought the front face and back plate looked really clean all on its own, and that maybe we don't need all of these little side pieces because they do give us just a little bit more of an edge running around the sides. I think that could be a really cool combo though, just the front face and the leather back for those of you folks with the leather back G4. And lastly, that brings us to price. Like I mentioned before, this kit comes in 2 pieces. The back plate and all of the sides is going to cost $29. The front face is going to cost an additional $10. And if you want any designs etched into the back of your skin, that's going to be an additional $5. So all told, for 45 bucks, you can have a wholly unique G4, unlike any other G4 on the market today. The Toast crew are a really cool group of cats, so I hope you'll check out toastmade.com for more information on their products. Like I said, they make skins for a variety of different phones, iPhones and Motos and Samsungs and iPhones and iPads and MacBooks. They even have a killer custom skin for the Surface. Definitely go check them out. And make sure you tell them some gadget guy sent you. As always, folks, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to hit subscribe for more reviews like these. And I would not be able to continue producing on this channel without your support, either hitting the fan funding or using my Amazon affiliate shopping links, or by sharing my videos on social sites like Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and the Googles+. So please keep bringing more cool people to the party. Hit that thumbs up button, and I will catch you all on the next review.